Always wanted to learn how to add an inner glow inside of Photoshop, but never knew exactly where to start? Well, if that's the case, then you're in luck, since in this video I'm going to walk you through the entire process and show you how easy it is to do so. I'm Andrew, and you're watching an Envato Tuts Plus tutorial. So what is an inner glow? Well, it's a layer style effect that allows us to create the illusion of a glowing color by adding a light source to an object's center or edges. We can apply the effect on anything from a photo to a basic shape or even a text segment. The process itself being really simple, as you will see in the following moments. For example purposes, let's say that we have a basic shape to which we want to apply an inner glow to. We're going to start by heading over to the Layers panel and then selecting the layer containing our shape. Once the layer is selected, we're going to head over to the panel's bottom section and click on the FX button, which will open up a list of all the available layer styles that we can use. Here we'll want to click on Inner Glow, which will immediately bring up the layer style window. We can achieve the same result by double-clicking on the layer itself and then checking the effect from within the style's left-sided panel, or by heading over to Layer, Layer Style, Inner Glow. Once the layer style window is visible, we can easily access all the different available settings and options, which are divided into 3 separate sections, the top one being Structure. The first option that we'll see here is Blend Mode, which allows us to control how the effect blends with our shape in terms of color. If we're looking to create a good effect, Screen or Linear Dodge are the modes that we want to use. That being said, keep in mind that depending on your base color, you might want to go with a lighter tint in order for the glow to be visible. Moving on down, we have Opacity, which allows us to adjust the transparency of the inner glow using either the horizontal slider or the percentage input box. We then have Noise, which allows us to add a bit of texture to our effect when we need to. Compared to the other layer styles, the inner glow one gives us the option of using either a solid color or a gradient, which depending on what we're trying to achieve, will allow us to create more intricate looking effects. Moving on to the middle section of our settings, we have Technique, which allows us to choose between softer or precise. The first option, which is the default one, gives us a more organic look, while the second one allows for a tighter fit when it comes to more complex shapes. We then have Source, which allows us to specify if we want the glow to emanate from the edges of our shape or from its center. Moving on down, we have Choke, which controls the way the effect gradually fades out at the edges. For a typical glow, you'll want to leave it set to 0%, but if you need a harder one, you might want to increase it. Next, we have Size, which is pretty self-explanatory since it allows us to increase or decrease the size of the effect itself. Moving on to the bottom section of our settings, we have Contour, which allows us to change the fall off of our glow in a nonlinear manner by using a different curve profile, which depending on our shape will give us a more intricate looking effect. Next to Contour, we have the Anti-Alias checkbox, which will improve the quality of the glow while having a negligible performance impact, which is why I recommend you always keep it checked. We then have Range, which allows us to further adjust the transition of the effect from its source towards its outer edges. Using a lower value will give us a harder glow, while a higher one will make it look softer. Finally, we have Jitter, which only works if you're using a gradient instead of a solid color and allows you to add texture to your glow similar to the Noise option. If we want to, we can always save the current effect settings by using the Make Default button, or we can fully reset them using the Reset to Default one. Once we're done adjusting the inner glow's different settings, we can hit OK, and the Layers panel will update itself by displaying a little FX icon next to the corresponding layer. If needed, we can easily adjust the effect at any time by simply double-clicking on it and then fine-tuning it accordingly. And that's pretty much all you have to do. As always, I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you in the next one.